where I can week out prophesize down for America and to bring our people back to the natural nationality, which is Latinos, Negroes, and the American people that can sit the story of Israel. But I personally would like to give all glory on us how YAHAWAH, QADASH. Double one to the elders that teach this truth. Citation to the truth in the 4 winds here. Also, the sisters of white meat, the faces, children, shalom. We come on, let you know. We prefer the light, man. All right, we trust in the light only. That's the only thing, not this world, but the light. We trust in the light. Anything else are civilized.
Bible Shah, can you do me a favor? Open up with John 3:19. Yo, and right now the world is in gross darkness, right? The world is in gross darkness. What's going on in Haiti? The Haiti's president is over in Puerto Rico right now. All right, they're committing cannibalism down there in Haiti. All right, so a lot of the prisoners that was inside the prisons inside of Haiti, they broke out. So there's a lot of cannibalism going on. There's a lot of grape going on down in Haiti. And then think about what's going down at the border. All these immigrants are coming in, quote unquote, illegal immigrants, but then you have immigrants from the Middle East that's being imported here to America, right? There's something called ordo ab chaos. It's a Latin term. Ordo ab chaos. You have to create order. You have to create chaos in order for you to have order. That's what's happening. Because you saw what happened in New York. You had some immigrants that actually was attacking police officers and things like that. And now you have even the American citizens who were born here, they're up in arms, or they're in the uproar because now all of these immigrants are getting what? They're getting on those debit cards with those cash benefits on it. And they're like, damn, think about this. Even during COVID-19, you can barely get one of those and you was a citizen here. Immigrants come here and they get debit cards and everything. So looking at society, man, hey, that's dark and grim to you. Because your government care more about immigrants than they do about their own citizens. Right? And that's what's coming. Go ahead up, John 3:19.
This is John 3:19. And this is the culmination that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil.
Right. So they're going to continue to do what they do because they're getting away with it. But as you can see, all around the world, it's not pleasant. It's not good right now. And then BRICS also, they're going to a digital currency. All right? Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The BRICS is pretty much a contender against the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, which is where you go and do foreign exchanges with currency. How you like transfer pesos to dollars and francs to rubles or whatever, or won, whatever you want to call it. So now BRICS is pretty much saying we're done with the dollar. So now the dollar's going to die out because America, not only off of slavery did America become rich, but after the industrial period, they created the petrodollar. So every barrel of oil that was sold on the market internationally, all of the nations had to pay a tax based upon the dollar. Right? Henry Kissinger bought the petrodollar back in the 70s when he went to Saudi Arabia. Now that the dollar is dying out, where are they going to get their money from? Because America doesn't export goods. America is a major import country. Go inside Walmart, where it says made in Indonesia, imported from Thailand, made in China. Like if something made in America, it'll say proudly made in America, because they rarely do. So America is pretty much dependent on the other countries. All the natural resources to make your cellular phones, your cars, your tires, all of that, most of those resources get imported. Now all the other countries, they're starting to side with Russia, China, and Iran, and the world is pretty much against the war that's going on in Israel and Gaza. And America is soon going to end up backing Israel, and then that's going to cause Iran, Russia, and China to get involved with America, and you already know what's going to happen after the lake of fire. Right. So right now we are in dark times. So that's why the title says we trust in the light. Right? Because just like in the days of Noah, what were they doing? Eating and drinking, giving in marriage. They're doing the same thing right now. And all we're doing is just, like you said, we're spiritual adopted nines. We're letting you know this is the calm before the storm. Now when the storm comes in, did you prepare yourself? All right? Did you prepare yourself for survival? And right now, this is more than something that's carnal. This is spiritual, right?
See that speaking on trusting in the light. That's why everybody depending on all this government offering. You know what I'm saying? People
Right.
are becoming content. Trusting in the world.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna read this again. This is John 3:19 again. And this is the condemnation that light is coming to the world.
Right.
And men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil.
Right, because their deeds were evil, man. Their conscience being witness.
All right. We gotta let our conscience be our God. What's our conscience? YAHAWASHI giving us this light, man. Okay.
Go ahead with your precept. John. Yeah, that's pretty much the premise of what we're looking at right now. Everything is looking really grim. You have American families that's pretty much committing murder-suicide. It's crazy. Like the one lady, I think she was in California. It was her and her 4 beautiful daughters. She posted up something on TikTok or Instagram saying that her daughters gave themselves over to the Lord. Hours later, she killed all her daughters and killed herself. Yeah, that's what's going on in this world today. This is a very dark and grim world.
This is John 8:12. Then spake YAHAWASHI again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Exactly. That's what we like of life. That's why we live in, man. And the rest of these people are zombies, man. That's why they walk with these zombies, man. All right, you don't want to be a part of that vibration. It says, then YAHAWASHI spake to me, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Okay, that's why we're not of this world, man. Okay, we're on the outside.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
We don't need the benefits that this world have to offer, man. Okay, pollution. Okay.
Oh, hold on. The Lord said that. What's that? Second Ezra on the 9th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. The Lord said, "Oh man, that's heavy." Say that again about the benefits of the world. Say it again.
We don't need the benefits of this world, man. Because it says, people shall not receive benefits of this world and not know, but show no death by pain. That's how you know the 2 things.
Now you see where I'm going.
They dependent on this world. That was a good one too.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, hey, the spirit. Hey, Shalaki, y'all too. You know, I'm kind of stuffed up. You know, this weather. Second Ezra chapter 9, verse. Start at 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain.
And that's the 2/3. So they not thinking about YAHAWASHI. They don't want to suffer. This whole thing is about suffering.
It's about suffering.
And their faith. So they depend on them. This world ain't got time for this. Shit, this ain't moving. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even moving. I gotta go in.
When you alleviate yourself from the spiritual suffering, what you start to do, you start to strengthen your carnal. So you start to drink more, you start to smoke more, you start to pop more, you start to snort more or shoot more, or you start to get more involved with carnality, because that right there alleviates you from the spiritual pressure. Nah, man, that's an imbalance in life, bro.
Because it's never enough. It's always,
never enough.
Once you head toward that, then that's not going to be enough. You're going to want more and more and more. You got to look at this economy too, man.
Yeah.
What they did, they increased us. But then you still, the value of living, it's still not enough, man. So you're going to get more and more. It's just never enough, man.
Yeah, it's never enough. That's why I said in the book of Haggai, it said you put money into a pocket with holes. Because every time you get paid, hell, before you even get all your money, the government take money out. They call it taxes. That's how you know you're a tributary. You're not really free. You just have liberty. We all are. We're a whole bunch of dogs at a kennel. In America's one big fence. It's one big fence. So it's like, if you don't get permission, you can't leave this fence. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to drive, that's a privilege. That's why you had to have a license. Like people say, oh, I am a licensed doctor, certified. I'm certified. So now you're certified to operate on the vehicle, because there are federal and there's also state and local what's what I'm looking for? Laws and statutes that you have to abide by. You understand what I'm saying? Like certain codes, so you need a license in order to do that. So you only given liberty. That's why I said liberty and justice for all. Liberty just means that you're really privileged. You're not free, right? So anyhow, no, go ahead.
Say, he that follows me shall not walk in darkness. Okay. He also said that they say the people that say they know me, but their heart is far from me. There's no such thing depending on this world and knowing YAHAWASHI at the same time.
Right.
Your heart is far from me. Because YAHAWASHI is first and foremost, and he's majority of the time also, man. Majority of the time, man. Then the world, then your life's a balance.
Hey, that's why Yahawah said you can't serve God and mammon
At the same time.
There's no way. So there's no way you can even be a feminist Christian. Then now that's carnal. I mean, in the same sense though, right? Because you have to understand that the Lord said, oh, yeah, you good. The Lord said the meek shall inherit the earth. So when you say you're proud and you're boastful, that's not being humble. Because if you're proud and boastful, who you gonna look to save you? You already feel like you saving yourself. Well, I mean, humility comes before honor. But if you're trying to honor yourself without going through some suffering and humility, how can you get that badge? It's like going to war and then you get the medal of honor. You're honorable because of your works, what you've done. You can't just crown yourself and you haven't done what it takes as a duty to be a king. It's much more than just women and flashy clothing and all the jewels. Because even the king, when he loses all of that, he will always resort back to his animalistic instinct, man, which is primal, right? It's the same thing with King David. King David was a shepherd of the sheep, then he became the king after. But all those morals that was already instilled inside of him, that's a big difference. You had to be taught that. You can't just become that. You have to be taught that, you know? It's just like, side note, it's like a woman saying that she can rest in her femininity if a man's an alpha. But you can't be an alpha woman trying to be with an alpha male. Because the only alpha woman will get with a beta male because he's going to be in his quote-unquote feminine. It's ridiculous, man. Everything is backwards. That's why everything is in gross darkness, man. Like, which way to go when it comes to righteousness and what is right? Or why should I believe these people because they're hypocritical? They say I need to go to church, but inside the church they commit an adultery. Or somebody got a catsuit underneath his choir robe, right? Or they robbing the people of the money. You understand what I'm saying? Hell, Joel Osteen just had a shooting at one of his churches. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, huh?
Yeah, I saw that, man.
Yeah, Joel Osteen had a shooting at his church.
What the scripture say?
I ain't heard nothing about it since.
My spirit doesn't dwell and make the temple, man. I leave it in his church. I think one person died.
Yeah. I think somebody died.
I think it was matter of fact, it was
I think it was a northern. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
What the church up, man?
It's crazy, man.
I guess it was just clean, man.
Right. That's the truth, man. And you also heard about the brothers too, man. They was out there preaching, and I think some sodomites they was shooting bullets like like bullets was like passing by their heads, and they just out there preaching. You know, that's why the scripture says the angel of the Lord encampeth around about them that fear him. Right? It's because the scripture says, therefore knowing the terror of the Lord we persuade men. We come out here not only because of necessity, because of fear of the Most High. We understand who's the creator of all things, right? So your mind will play tricks on you to make you think that you're more than what you are when you're really not. But we all on borrowed time. This spirit is not my own because I had no say-so in the day I would be born or created. So therefore I know that there shall be an expiration for me as well. But the scripture said the spirit go back to the Father. Go ahead,
it's Ephesians 5:8. For you were sometimes darkness, but now are light, and the Lord walked as children of the light.
Yeah, at one time we was in darkness, right? Hey, Christmas, right? That whole night you can't sleep.
Birthdays, all that.
Birthdays, you ready, man? You know, Thanksgiving, you want to see all your people. They got the goddamn honey ham right there with the pineapple on it. You remember that? Come on, let's act like we don't know. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff and all of that, man. They got the black eyed peas with the ham hock in there, lima beans, chitlins, hot sauce, all that. Yeah, you remember that? All that was darkness, bro.
It's a beautiful thing to be over that, man.
It's a beautiful thing to be from above that, though. But that, that goes back to us. What is it? Jeremiah 17:4. Matter of fact, you get the Bible shop. Jeremiah 17:4 is a prime example because you lost your heritage, so you lost your way. Once again, we trust in the light. So if you're in gross darkness, you have no compass, or no moral compass of which way to go, because everything around you is just it's evil. You know, it's dark. It's subliminal at the same time, but it's right in your face. Like that's how the devil works. Oh yeah, Jeremiah 17:4.
It's Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy inheritance thou have gave thee,
Right.
and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the war which thou knowest not, for you have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Right. So he said, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage. Right? It goes right back to, you gotta remember, you gotta go back to the Babylonians, the Assyrians, you have to go back to matter of fact, even the Shushan Palace over in India, you got to go back to the Medes, you got to go back to the Persians, you got to go back to the Greeks and the Romans. Because if you read the book of Judges and if you also read the book of Daniel, you know, and if you read the book of Maccabees, they go all of those books talk about times when was in captivity. And you can also look at secular history on top of that. You know, in the Ark of Titus, you go back to Titus Domitian, when he did a great slaughter to the Jewish church. You can go back to Cyrus Cylinder. You can also go back to the walls in Egypt where they showed the Hebrew slaves, man, they were making the pyramids. All of that. All of that's in secular history. All that's inside the scripture. So the Lord said he was going to make us forget our heritage. That was a part of the curse. That's why me and the brother were talking about birthdays and Christmases. Christmas is paganism, man. It goes by the worship of Saturnalia. All right? It was a Nordic belief. Really, it goes all the way back to the Babylonians with Semiramis, Tammuz, Semiramis, and Nimrod. Like when the children wake up in the morning and then they're on their knees in front of their presents, which are gifts that you've given over unto Nimrod, which is the tree. Yeah, and then if you really go into the history of Christmas, those ornaments were actually the heads of people going back into the ancient Druids. But they put it into a format where it's PG, when it really was graphic and it was really something that was sacrilegious. But so we was in gross darkness celebrating Christmas and Valentine's Day and all these paganistic holidays, because those are things that were taught to us during and post slavery. That was a part of us going into darkness. Go ahead, like I see where you at.
I got Psalms 83:4 and it reads, it said they have said, come let us also cut them off from being a nation.
Right.
That the name of Israel shall be no more. That's why we think we African American niggas and all that.
Yeah.
We were in the dark, so we paying the price for the dark. Now we into the light. Now we know we Israelites. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful that you brought it up, because you know Northern Kingdom. If you always look up there where they mirror at, and they're from Cuba, they had a little boxing gloves right there. And they're from Puerto Rico, they had a little boxing gloves right there. You know, or they had like the Cuban flag in the back and everything. See, because they'll say they'll say Boricua. But it's like, nah, man, you really Ephraim, or you really Manasseh, right? Like, bro, it's a Boricua, it's a Puerto Rican at my job. His name is Ephraim, right? You know the brother. His name, and even remember him and his brother when they were living up there, I think North Carolina. He even said they grew up on a street called Ephraim, and they Puerto Rican, and they in the truth now. You know, so it's crazy, man. It's like when you look at that, you understand the spirituality of it all, because the Lord already ordained it prior to you even knowing it. Remember, he told Jeremiah that. He said, I've known thee since the womb, because he always had a remnant. So if you read that again, Baba Bashar.
This is Psalm 83:4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel shall be no more in remembrance.
Right, but the Lord always had a remnant throughout all generations. That's why when the Lord said he had mercy unto thousands, that's because he always had a remnant throughout all the history of Israel that he will always give his laws, statutes, and commandments to. That goes back to Malachi. He said, and those that thought upon his name and that fear his commandment, he made a book of remembrance. So the Bible isn't for everybody. It's for those who truly fear him. That truly want to serve him.
Because some of us don't even know we're Israelites. Some of us don't even believe in intelligence.
Exactly.
Israel, like what's that?
Right.
Jesus Christ.
That's why he told Daniel to seal the book. It was for an appointed time. when Revelation the 5th chapter, when it says the lion, it says, matter of fact, it was the 24 elders, and they said who's worthy to loose the seals, and they were crying in the heavens, and John the Revelator was there crying as well, and they said, cry not. They said, the lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, he shall loosen the seals. So that was for an appointed time. That's why you never heard about this during what? 1492, when they came with the Bible, when the Puritans from England came here with Christianity. Watch the movie 1492. They spoke nothing about what we're talking about right now, and all this is happening because it wasn't for them. Anyone can pick up a sword, but if you're not skilled, then you can't wield it. It's different with the Bible. It was not for everybody. That's why everybody don't understand it. And it's also a beautiful and scary thing, because going back to yourself, if you don't know better, how can you do better? Remember Noah, for over 100 years, he prayed, he prophesied to the people that the flood came. Every great kingdom has fallen. You think America won't fall as well? Especially when it was built off of what? Slavery? No, not free trade. You're talking about slavery. And they walk around like it never happened. Right? So like once the destruction comes as well, just like it did with all the other nations, right? You can't say you wasn't warned. You can't say you didn't know. That's the only reason why we out here. They say ignorance is bliss, so you can be willing to be ignorant, but even in your own law, it says ignorance of the law is no excuse, right? There's still no excuse. Why? Because everyone has a conscience. Everyone has a conscience. Right?
I got 1 John 1 and 5. Then said is the message which I have heard from him, declaring to you that Yahawah is the light, and in him is no darkness at all.
Right. In him there was so that's why when Pontius Pilate said, I have the power to let you free because they want to hang you, pretty much crucify you. He said, the power that's given to you is from on high. So that let him know that everything he did was innocent. Right? So there was no darkness in him. Even he went to a nation of people that he thought that he was dying for, that wanted him dead anyway. Right? Wanted him dead anyway. So like, let me say this really quick. And that Edomite came back and locked this. He went in there, got something, and locked this door again. Little did he know the median income for a so-called white man in America is a little over $52,000. The median income for a so-called black man in America is $42,000. So after over half a millennium of slavery, you're only making 10 more grand over us, and you walk around with all this fucking pride. You're an idiot. You are an absolute idiot. Right? Your military is asking for seniors to join them. You have 30 different genders, and you think we're the problems. You still think we're the problem. That's how you know it's spiritual. That's how you know it's spiritual, right? Anyhow, go ahead.
This is 1 John 1 and 6. If we say that we have fellowship with him and walk in darkness, we lie and do not know the truth. And do not know the truth.
What is he driving? What, the GMC Canyon? What are you driving? Honda CRV? What are you driving? Honda?
We're checking him.
And look, he went to the car that he went right there. He do, because he heard me earlier. Dude, you're not driving a Maserati. You're not driving a Mercedes. You're not driving a Bugatti. You're not driving a Murcielago. You're not driving a Vanquish. Like, bro, you're not even driving an Audi R8. You're not even driving a GTR. You're not driving a Supra. Like, dude, stop it. No one's gonna touch your car, man. Calm down. Hell, if anything, if you had a Hellcat, you better lock it up. If you got a Scat Pack, you better lock it up. Ain't nobody looking at that car. Get out of here, dude. Go ahead.
This is 1 John 1 and 6. If we say that we have fellowship with him and walk in darkness, we lie and do not the truth.
Right. So you know what that means? When somebody tell me, yo, I'm a good person, I don't like that. I don't trust them, because there's none good but the Father. Check this out. YAHAWASHI said, they said that there's no darkness in YAHAWASHI, but they said that he walked around and committed no sin, but he still said there's none good but the Father. That's so humble. You understand what I'm saying? John the Baptist said that there come one that's even greater than I, whose shoes I am not even worthy to loosen. Like, I'm not even worthy to even tie this man's shoes. But he gonna come and baptize you with fire like I baptize you with water. That's heavy, man. You know? Go ahead.
1 John 1 and 7. But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another.
But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light. Go ahead.
And the blood of Mashiach, his son, cleanseth us from all sin.
What's read it one more time?
This is 1 John 1 and 7. But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship.
The letter J didn't exist 2,000 years ago.
Yes, it did.
English started 1500, man. I just said the letter J didn't exist 2,000 years ago. He said, yes, it did. Real quick. And can you get me 1 Thessalonians 5:21? Let's just see. The Bible says prove all things. So I got my 1611 King James Version Bible. My 1611 King James Version Bible.
This is 1 John 5 and 1.
Yep.
1 Thessalonians.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 1. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 1.
Right.
But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you.
Right.
Verse 2. For yourself, know perfectly that the day of the Lord is coming as a thief in the night.
So it says prove all things. So he asked me, was I preaching about Jesus? Can you give me 2 Corinthians 11 and 4? He said, was I preaching about Jesus? I said the letter J didn't exist 2,000 years ago. And all Esau could say was, yes, it did. Okay, so let's prove that. So I have a 1611 King James Version Bible, right? So this is on Matthew. What was that? This is Matthew chapter, that's 14, 50. This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. Then said, that is an I-E-S-U-S. So it will be Jesus or Jesus, right? Then said Jesus unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. So when you look at where the letter J is supposed to be, even in the 1611 King James Version Bible, the J is an I. And if you ever look up the word Jerusalem in this Bible, sometimes you will see an H-I. It'll be an H-I-R, right? So he asked me about Jesus. I don't know who he's talking about, but we're going to bring this out. 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 11 and 4. Because he asked me about Jesus, right? We are preaching about Jesus, but not your Jesus. That's the difference. So this is 2 Corinthians 11 and 4.
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 4.
Read it verbatim. Read it just like it is. Read it just like it is.
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 4. For he that cometh preaching another Jesus.
So he asked me, was it preaching about Jesus? Not his, but YAHAWASHI. So even the Bible said, if they come preaching another Jesus. That's in the Bible. All right, go ahead.
Whom we have not preached.
Whom we have not preached. So that's us, because they don't know, because he don't know what we're talking about. That's why he was in his car yelling and screaming and went up the street. The Lord said, the righteous stand as bold as a lion, but the wicked flee when no one pursue. We wasn't pursuing him, we wasn't minding him. He pursued us with his verbiage. And then he just scurried down the street in his car. Come on, man. This is, like I said, it's spiritual warfare. Read that again.
For we have not preached, or if we receive another spirit, which you have not received, or another gospel, which you have not accepted, you might well bear with him.
Right, so I would have buried with him, but he scurried up the street like he asked. He said, "Are we preaching about Jesus?" I said, "Letter J didn't exist 2,000 years ago," and he said, He said, "Oh, yes, it did." And he said, "False doctrine, false doctrine." Like, how can you even contend with someone like that, right? It's Shalom from across the pond. YAHAWASHI, QADASH, right? So we pretty much proved it. Even in my 1611 King James Version Bible, there's no J in the whole Bible. It's either an I or an H. And the letter J was actually the last letter to be added to the English alphabet, because all they did was put a hook at the end of the I. That's why the J and the I look similar. I'm sorry, the lowercase J and the lowercase I look so similar. That's why in this book, if you look up on the word Jerusalem, it will have an H there as well, right before the I. That's why the Lord said, study to show thyself to be approved, right? You You go. It was just pollen. It's a little bit more. All right, you go. Yeah, you go. Yeah. So going back, we just prove all. See, that goes back to the light and the darkness. See, that right there was a prime example. We still in gross darkness, man.
These nations want us to walk in the dark. They taught our people to walk in the dark, man. And it's led us to walk in the dark, so they expect us.
But what's his name? Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch said we found how to take the light out of the slave. And bro, that goes right back to during the time of the Greco-Roman Empire. When they Hellenized the whole world, they did the same thing with America. They Americanized the whole world. That's why we say America is Rome all over again. Right? Vegas, the sin city. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Do as in Rome. The law of Thelma. Do as thy will. America's Rome all over again, man. It's high time to wake out of sleep. Because when you sleep, you're in gross darkness. You close your eyes, you can't see anything.
America's a cradle that is walking deep into it.
It's a cradle that's walking deeper and deeper into a sleep. A lot of people are actually comatose, you know. It's at the point where you're walking around with your eyes wide shut. You're alive, but you're a zombie.
Everything is plain damn sight.
It's in plain, it's subliminal, but it's in plain sight.
If you want to hide something,
put it in the book.
They got us with that shit.
Yeah, they got us good. But you know what? They didn't know it was this book.
They ain't got time.
Yeah, that's right.
For all the other books.
Right. That's hey. Remember Jet magazine, Light magazine,
Source, Double XL,
a
checkbook.
Come on, you remember all of that? You remember all them books, man, going up like that, or all the comic books. Jacob, you have some comic books real quick.
Or master book, whatever.
Yeah, right. All of that.
Open up them books in the heart. You know them books in the heart.
But this book, nah, I'm good. But you know what they'll do? They'll go ahead and tattoo that tattoo surgery and Bourgie on them. They'll tattoo praying hands on them.
Or the cross.
Or they'll tattoo the cross on them, right? But then they got 3 or 4 teardrops. So how many people you sent to the Father, right? You know what I'm saying? You gonna put all that on you, all them tattoos on you, but you got teardrops too. What are you talking about, man? Who you fooling? But that goes back to when it says, they have a zeal, but not a corn of knowledge. Like you can feel some type of way, you can be fervorish towards something, but you really don't know what you're talking about. Like prime example, don't you know you be on YouTube sometimes and you will see like a little 7-year-old Jake in the church stomping his feet, dancing, and that's the zeal that's was taught to him from that church. But he ignorant to really understand. You know what I mean, right? That's what they mean by that. They got the zeal, but not according to knowledge, right? Because you can't really contend, bro. Like I don't do Brazilian jiu-jitsu, so I'm not gonna try and wrestle with nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I do Wing Chun, so that's different. That's more self-defense. Kind of like somebody who plays pickleball. I don't know how to play pickleball. I ain't gonna challenge him. Yeah, I said pickleball. That's why I said lacrosse. I don't know about lacrosse, but basketball, yeah, we can do that all day. That's a difference. So it's kind of like you don't want to fight a battle to where your losses would not even amount to what you could possibly gain from that. That's why every battle ain't supposed to be fought. Because some battles just gonna waste your time in the war. You know, but sometimes you gotta prove to people, hey, you're not on this level yet. Go practice some more. Go study some more. That's all it's about. You know what? It's guys on the internet. They can go to any park in the United States of America and they'll go on hoop. Why? Because they trust in themselves. That's why we can come out here anytime, any day, and we can speak with. They know why we out here. Before we even got to camp, the one Jay, he looked like he was, you know, the Edomite, but you could tell by his screen he was Jay. He was like, all right, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Before we even get out here and do camp, they already, you know, blessing us. God bless you, brothers. And then the dude ride by, oh, false doctrine. They already know what we're talking about. You gonna have those that love you and hate you. That's the balance of it all. Yeah, that's all they know. Salvation of the elect draw Romans 10:2. For I testify about them that they have a certain enthusiasm. This is the A&P for God, but not in accordance with correct and vital knowledge about Him and His purposes. That's so heavy. That's I like that. I like that translation right there. According to His purposes, not your purposes. Yeah, that was a good precept, and that goes right back into how people want to serve the Most High the way they want to. Just like in Their own understanding. Matter of fact, can you give me first Proverbs 16:23? Proverbs, because over in Sakari, they got somebody that actually made their own Bible. It's like that's not the purpose of him giving you the truth or the knowledge. It's to go out and feed the sheep. There were two requests he gave to his disciples. He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. He said, if you love me, keep my sheep. So love is an action. Keeping the law is an action. We won't be saved by it, but we rehearse it. And it says, the just shall live by faith. What is justified? The law. No man's above the law. They tell you that even in secular law, like just in law itself, part of the law of the land. No man's above the law. They tell you that, right? And Paul said that you under the law. That's why Paul said you're under the law as long as you live it. So every time you take in a breath of fresh air, yeah, you under the law. You're an Israelite. That's what that means, man. It's crazy to think that you're not under God's law, but everybody would keep man's law. That's crazy. That's how you know the world is just wrapped around the fingers of the left-hand side of the wicked, right? Like Henry Ford said, if the people knew how the money system would work, they would riot in the morning. They think that they're supposed to go and work for a greenback that makes you pay for food inside the store that came from outside the store off a tree that you can walk up to and take the fruit from. Like, that's the world we live in, man. If people walk around looking at us like we're crazy. Let's go ahead. Proverbs 6:23.
Proverbs 6:23, and it reads, for the commandments is the lamp, and the law is the light, and the reproof of the instructions are the way of life.
Right. So the law is the lamp, the law is the light, and it's a reproof in the way of instructions to life. This is life everlasting, man. The life we're living right now, this life is only temporary. Matter of fact, let's get that through the spirit. 2 Corinthians 4. I think 2 Corinthians 4, and I think verse 15 and 16. This is only temporary.
This 2 Corinthians 4:15. For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through.
Sorry, 17.
This 2 Corinthians 4:17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment,
Right.
work for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
So a prime example of that is like, you know what it's like, man, when you get the flu, you can't do anything. Just walking from your bedroom to the bathroom to the restroom is like hell. You wish you had to depend on.
I remember that game.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, when you get the flu, man, you just feel terrible. You just feel terrible. You be like, God, please, just, oh my God, please, anything, just let me get up out of this. You know, that's it. I mean, yeah, it's a strong affliction to you, but it's a short-lived affliction compared to the rest of your life. So this life that we're living, this is a short-term affliction. It's like every day you wake up with the flu, like, you know, mentally and spiritually, like, man, I got to get through this again. I got to drag myself through this lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, though, you know what? Once you get back and have a sound body, you feel great. You feel invigorated. That's how we're gonna feel. That's why the scripture says, it was the wicked scribes and Pharisees. They said, why does your master sit with sinners and publicans? He said, because they who are sick need a physician. But you, on the other hand, oh, so you a whole. He said, go your way, think of that, and I'll forgive you. That was so cold. So in other words, you're saying that you're perfect, you don't need me. By all means, go your way, but I still forgive you because you don't know any better. He gave them mercy even when they tried to entangle him with words. That's why the whole head is sick. This entire society is sick. We're waiting for this. We're waiting for the physicians to come and heal us. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm whole. I'm far from whole.
This world is pollution.
This world is exactly, brother. Salvation of the elect dropped to Henry Ford. If the American people knew the corruption in our money system, there would be revolution before morning. That's the exact quote. Thank you. If they knew how corrupt the monetary system was, there would be a riot in the morning, but they don't. People think because they got like 20, 30 grand saved up, they're doing something. Are you kidding me? The cost of living is going up, but not the value of your dollar or your assets. Unless it's something that's timeless, they don't understand.
Bro, I went and found my taxes over the day.
Yeah.
And they were giving $26 back. It was like,
You lying.
yeah, they was like, you live in a whole other tax bracket. tax bracket of living ain't shit. They trying to make it so hard. If they
What?
pay,
Nah,
if
something
they pay
right.
you just a little bit more, something got to give. You can't have both. That's how it is now, man.
Hey, that's exactly how it is. Yep. Because this is all a credit-based system. It's like you pay taxes for a country that you don't know where your tax money goes to, but we know where the tax money goes to. It goes to Ukraine. It goes to Israel. It goes to the military.
Like they say, like Paul say, got more money for war, but can't feed the poor.
You got more money for war, but can't feed the poor. Yep, that's facts, bro. That's facts. That's facts. That's crazy, though. You know what I'm saying? And then you got all the other countries, man. They're teaming up with your enemies. Like I think I just saw 30 more countries. They wanted to join BRICS now. So now there's 30 more allies that your enemy now has. And you also lose Ukraine. Don't even talk about Ukraine anymore. Zelensky begging and pleading for money. They ain't worried about Russia no more. They think about trying to get Gaza. Remember, it goes back to the Ben Hurricane Canal. That's the reason why they're trying to get through Gaza, man. Because what was it in 2021? In 2021, when that vessel got stuck in the Gulf of Suez, when they got stuck, it like billions of dollars were being lost that day. And America's military really need that canal to get through to continue their path of war and destruction in the Middle East. So what happened was they said we're gonna come in with the Ben Hurricane Canal, but it has to run through Gaza. That's why they over there bombing Gaza. But you wouldn't know that because you're too busy swiping right and left, or you on TikTok. They're not over there to emancipate the people. They're not over there to make the lifestyles better. They're just destroying all the masses. Go online to YouTube and look up all the ancient relics and sites that was over in the Middle East. They will show you a before picture and the after the American government was over there, destroyed it. That's why the whole world hates America. I mean, literally, the whole world truly hates America. Like, when people don't know that because they're in such a small bubble. I forgot that movie. It's a movie called Bubble Boy. You know, he had a certain disease. He couldn't be outside his bubble. You're in such a small bubble. It's like the truth will probably kill you, man. You know, because you're so delusional. But it hurts. The truth hurts, man. What was that you had? 2 Corinthians 4 and 18. Oh no. Matter of fact, Salakia. No, you can leave that. Baruch 4 and 1, and you can read the 2.
It's Baruch 4 and 1. This is the book of commandments of Yahweh and the law that endureth forever,
right? Partially, because and they say the law done away with. So, I mean, a husband shouldn't be upset if his wife going and sleep with the pool boy because adultery is under the law. But if we're not under the law, then you shouldn't be upset that your wife committed adultery. Like, you see how stupid that sounds? Go ahead.
All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as lose it shall die.
Right. Damn, I like them shoes. Tough. Go ahead up. You got a cycle money.
Turn thee of Jacob and take hold of it, walk in presence of the light thereof that mighteth be illuminated.
The light, like walk into the path of the light. So keeping my commandments, obeying me. And it said that what? So that you could be illuminated. So wait a minute. So we talking about the Illuminati. That's why I say, man, we trust in this light. Because you also got the black light that they use in the FBI to look for stains of DNA or, like blood stains, saliva stains, or urine stains, or semen stains. They use that black light. That's the light that they use because they do everything subliminal. Our light shines bright. That's the difference, though. You have 2 different types of lights. They said to be illuminated, you get that through what? The law and obedience of the Lord. That's the radiation. Well, because it says, Ecclesiastes 8 and 1, it says, wisdom maketh the man face to shine. So going back to what it said, if you love darkness more than light, then I'm gonna back away. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to know the truth. I'd rather remain in my blissful ignorance because it makes me happy every day I wake up. That's why social media has so many people with depression. Because they want to live something that's fictitious and it's phallus compared to what they live every single day. Because everybody can't be a model, everybody can't be a millionaire, everybody can't be 6, 7 feet tall. Man, a vast majority of people are just average. There's nothing wrong with average. You can pass getting straight D's in high school, but an average is in a C. So the C is right above what you can pass for. Like, I don't understand it. But once again, carnality. Everybody, because that goes back to once you stray away from your power, you have, it's like everybody is subjective to something. Everybody is subjected to something. There's something that has everybody that's like almost a slave to it. Everyone. It's like the RAWACHAA QADASH got the elders like that. I got like-minded men like us like that. There's some people, man, like all they know is basketball, so they're subjected to that. That's their spirit. They're just a ball player. You know what I'm saying? You got some people, man, that they always looking for a challenge to be a fighter, so they go to the UFC. Or somebody that's always wanted to find a cure for a certain blood disease because they lost a relative to. Everybody has that certain entity that cleaves onto them. So if we as a people shy away from the power, our God, his curse is saying that I will make you worship the heathens. I'll make you worship wood. I make you worship stone. I make you worship things in the heavens and on earth, the things that creep and crawl, and things that walk about, rather than everything worshiping you. Because the first Adam was YAHAWASHI. We lost that light, and the Lord had put us into darkness. Oh, Salakia. Now, hold on. Get at Jeremiah 15:23. How was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How was Babylon become a desolation among the nations? That hammer goes back to the gavel, like in the courtroom. Because America's not the superpower like it was going back to the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. No, now everybody else is on, not only militarily, they're on level playing fields, but also monetarily. So the other nations saying, America, we don't need you. What do you produce that you export that we need? Nothing except war and death. That's it. Right? Psalms 19:7, G&T. The law of the Lord is perfect. Oh, hey, that's an old school one. The law of the Lord is perfect. It gives new strength. The commandments of the Lord are trustworthy, giving wisdom to those that lack it. Oh, that's heavy, man. It says it's trustworthy. Hey, it also says in the Psalm, it says, vain is the help of man. Because especially when it's all about being independent, then who can you trust? That's very true. If we all independent, then who can you trust as your fellow man, like your neighbor? That's why the Lord said, let us pray for one another, because not all men have faith. What's worse than come across a man? Yeah, that's faithless, man. He will do anything because he don't fear God.
That's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
A faithless man is dangerous.
A faithless man is absolutely dangerous because he don't believe in repercussions. That's what you call a reprobate. They can't be judged. They can't be corrected. So only life lessons will have to correct them. But then they will still be grievous. You know what? They say when you're dead, it doesn't hurt you, but it hurt those around you. But when you are stupid, it doesn't hurt you, but it still hurt those around you because you don't think you're stupid. They have to suffer you. So it's pointless, you know. At some points in life, man, you gotta realize. Anyhow, so like, can you give me a Wisdom of Solomon? I think it's 5 and 5. Yeah. Everything's in gross darkness, man. All we trying to do is shine the light. Let you know that right now, man, it's cloudy. You know what I'm saying? We talk about mentally, but the Lord's gonna brighten up the day soon. Yo, yeah, 5 and 6, 5 and 6.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 6. Therefore have we erred from the way of the truth and the light of righteousness, and have not shed unto us. So I keep about the plane. This Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 6. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth.
So therefore have we erred from the way of truth. Right? Go ahead.
And the light of righteousness have not shined unto us.
And the light of righteousness have not shined unto us. Because everything that was taught to us, it really trickled down from whatever the slave master believed in. Now think about it. Some of our people, they'll say they're Protestant, they're Jehovah's Witness, they're a 7-day evangelist, they're a Baptist, or they're a Catholic. But that was all based upon whatever their slave master believed in. It still was the Bible. So can you read it one more time, Bible Bishop?
Wisdom of Solomon. Therefore, have we erred from the way of truth,
Right,
and the light of righteousness,
right.
and have not shined into us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us.
And that goes back to that Jeremiah 17:4. We said that you shall discontinue from thine heritage. But once again, go to Los Lunas, Mexico. Look at the Decalogue stone. It had the 10 Commandments written on it in Paleo Hebrew, 2,000 years pre-Columbian era. The Aztec, Incas, and Mayans, those goes right back to the Northern Kingdom, the 10 lost tribes. Man. That was a prime example, but they went away by how we say Yahawah. The Native Americans say hi ya ya ya, hi ya ya. They didn't put the Y at the end. That was still that curse upon our people, man. So there's so much secular history out there, man, that you just can't refute the evidence or the facts. But yeah, I mean, come on, if you enjoying your celebration, your birthday party, you don't want anybody to come up to you and be like, hey man, you know it's gonna end soon, right? There's been times I've been like, man, I hope the night never ends, but sooner or later the sun will rise. So the party's gonna end. Or we're just letting you know it's gonna end, that's all.
So then we trust in this light.
That's why we trust in the light, man, because all this grows darkness, man, we look for a new heaven and a new earth when dwelleth righteousness. And what we find out, that the light, the law, the wisdom, that is righteousness. That's the light, man. Bright, shiny day.
Like it says in Revelation 18:4, come out of here, my people, man. Come out of here, light. You grasp the light, man.
This brother had dropped Ephesians 5:8. You yourselves used to be in the darkness, but since you have become the Lord's people, you are in the light, so you must live like people who belong to the light. Hey, that's heavy. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, I like that translation. That's heavy. You must be like his people. Can you give me Galatians 6:16? Because you know you got the God of Israel, and you also got the Israel of God, and that will be his people, because 2/3 are not his people. Remember what he said. You go to your brethren, you know, and you try to dispute with him. If he don't want to hearken, you bring him with another witness. So that's 2 witnesses now. If he don't want to hearken, you bring him before the whole congregation. That's everybody now. If he don't want to hearken, it says what? You cast him out as a publican or a heathen. So 2/3 are heathens, man, according to the Lord. All right, go ahead out.
This is Galatians 6:16. And as many as walk according to his rule, peace be on them, and mercy as upon the Israel of Yahawah.
Upon the Israel of Yahweh. Read that again.
Galatians 6:16. And as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them, right, and mercy upon the Israel of Yahawah.
Upon the Israel of Yahweh, his people, right? Hey, because Isaiah 25:7. It said, wait. Remember what it said? It said, wait ye upon me till I rise up against the prey. So that's kind of like, you know, you out there, you got 3 niggas, they trying to fight you. So like they kind of get the best of you, but you get away. All right, wait till my big brother come back. That's what it's like. You get jumped, you make it out, and then you go and get your big brother though. And now they shut down the whole block. That's what we're going through right now. We just waiting patiently for the Lord. That's why the Lord said, wait ye upon me till I rise up against the prey. Go ahead on.
Isaiah 25:7, and it reads, and he will destroy this mountain, the face of the covering, cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
Right, and the veil that's spread over all nations. They go back to that darkness. Because we bringing everything to light. We're bringing everything to fruition. So the Lord got rid of that veil, because why we on the corners now? Remember, the scripture says, no man lighteth a candle and hide it under a bushel. The Lord said we are the light of the city, and the light of the city must be upon what? On the hill. That's why when you coming in from the shore, when you coming in the shore, when you coming into beach yourself, if you in an aquatic vessel, I should say, an aquatic vessel, you have something known as a watchtower. It's a lighthouse, and the lighthouse will have a light that keeps turning around in 360 degrees, and it lets you know that the shore is near. So that's why when they have sailors out to sea, if they're in a tumultuous storm, all they have to do is see that beacon of light, and that beacon of light is telling you you're going in the right direction to get to shore. That's all that. It's synonymous with the light being on the hill. All right, you're close to home. You know, you're close to salvation. That's what that means. It's kind of like what they call it. It's like an SOS. In certain militaries, they have certain flashes they do with a flashlight that give off certain signals. That's what it's like. Psalm 27:1 NLT. The Lord is my light and my salvation. So why should I be afraid? Facts. The Lord is my fortress, protecting me from danger. So why should I tremble? Facts. Because remember, the scripture says, what is it, Exodus 15:3? The Lord is a man of war. He's a man of war. So why should I fear any man trying to bring war towards me? Right? Hey, like the brother said, man, there were bullets whistling past them. And he said it was spiritual because right before camp, he said the brother told everybody to come to camp a little earlier, and he anointed everybody. And then that happened. Come on, man, you can't tell me the Lord ain't real. He told the brothers, come to camp early. He anointed everybody, and if somebody was shooting, the bullets were just flying past them. Nobody got hurt. Man, YAHAWASHI, QADASH. That was heavy, man. That was beautiful. So we living it every day. Just because you don't see it don't mean the Lord ain't working, man. The Lord out here saving the brothers, man. That's out here. That's what Elder Malcolm was saying. Peace and blessing to those who risk their lives and freedom to do so. So we're vulnerable. We're just standing out here. You know, we're vulnerable. You know, but at the end of the day, the Lord got us. Go ahead, out. Close out.
Okay. Yep. Isaiah 25:8. He will swallow up death in victory,
Right.
and the Lord will wipe away tears from all the faces, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from all the earth, for the Lord have spoken.
Yeah, the Lord have spoken. Man. The Lord said that He's gonna take the rebuke off of all the faces of the earth.
All tears.
Well, He's gonna wipe away all tears, man.
That's why faith is our flare.
Faith is our flare, and that's heavy. Because remember what it said in Luke 18. It says when He come upon earth, it said when the Son of Man return, shall He find faith on earth? Right? Because the same people that claim to be Christians, they'll be the same ones walking around armed and ready for war. But the Lord said, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So where is your faith? In your gun or in the Lord? And that's what sets you apart. I'm gonna close out with this brother precept, salvation of the elect, Psalms 33:20. Our soul waited for Yahawah. He is our help and our shield. And what is our shield in this battle? Going to Ephesians 6. Our shield is faith. Our sword is the word. And our shield is the faith, man. Right? Going back to the Edomite, saying the letter J existed 2,000 years ago. And then he just scurried up the street. But hold on, our weapon was what? The Bible. Prove all things. And guess what I literally did? I pulled out the Bible and it showed you letter J did not exist, 2,000 years ago. And then we even went to a scripture that said, if they preach another Jesus. Come on, man. You can't make this up, man. When it comes to the spirit, when it comes to the Bible, hey man, YAHAWASHI gave us all knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to withstand all the fiery darts and the wiles of the devil. So with that being said, we'll give our honor and praises to Yahawah, by Shem Yahushai, by Shem QADASH, the most elders at Great Millstone. Sing us to the elect. Shalom. Shalom.
Trust in the light.